Evening, Mr. Todd.
Hello, Jim. What's new tonight?
One night's the same as the other in Masonville, except maybe hotter. Good night.
Good night.
Come on, Lulabelle. It's time all good cats were making faces at the moon.
Evening, Parson. Ain't it hot?
Pretty warm, Jim. You fellas playing ball against Twelvetrees tomorrow, aren't you?
Sure, and we're gonna beat 'em, too. Gosh, it's hot. Well, good night.
Yeah, good night.
John, are Bud and Lillian in yet?
Well, I don't know, Mother. Well, I'll see.
They're not in, Father. And as usual, I'm quite sure nobody knows where they went.
Oh, I recall now. Bud told me he was going to take Lillian to the movies. They're all right, John.
Tell me, Father, why is it you never see anything but good in people?
Well, perhaps it's because that's what I look for the hardest, son.
Yes. I know, but Bud...
Bud's all right. He's a good boy.
Helen! Good boy, Bud. You're getting hot.
Shoot the works. Oh, Fletcher. Be good to me, Dice. Angels above lead me by the hand.
Yeah, as your old man would say, pray, brother, pray.
At the cracks. Come on, natural.
Another natural. 10.
Maybe your old man ain't praying for you.
Now lay off my dad, will you, fella? I'll take a smack at you. Here. Be good to me, babies. Papa needs a 10.
2.
9.
Maybe your old man's only praying for himself.
A 10. And out.
He's been begging for it all night.
It's all right, Bud, but do me a favor and scram before he gets up. This one Punch Hogan, the fighter.
Yeah, well, the name still fits him.
Come on, Hogan, get up. Get up.
Oh, let him sleep. I wouldn't put that mug in my ring tomorrow night if a kid could knock him out.
Come on, Hogan, wake up. Wake up, it's me, Delaney.
Maybe I ought to hit him again just to change his name. So long, fellas.
I got an idea. If you have, it's a miracle.
Come on.
Hey, Bud.
What do you want?
Wait a minute, will you? We want to talk to you.
Well, shoot, I'm in a hurry. I got a date.
Say, how many fights have you had in the last 5 months?
Oh, plenty. Why?
You never got paid for any of them, did you?
Hardly.
Well, that's why you've been doing something for nothing. Now, we want to show you how to get some dough out of your favorite pastime.
What do you mean?
You just ruined our fighter, and we want you to take his place.
Oh, you're crazy.
Well, now, wait a minute, will you? All you have to do is take 3 socks and collect 15 fish.
Maybe you don't like fish. Besides, I'm starting a regular job in the morning.
Well, you gotta do it. You owe it to us. And besides, where are we gonna get another fighter? It's your fault if we stand to lose a lot of dough.
Nothing doing it.
Now, listen,
I
Bud.
won't fight, I tell you. I don't like fighting.
But listen,
and
Bud.
if you two guys don't shut up and scram, I'll pop you both in the nose. That you, sis?
Hello, Bud. Been waiting long?
Not long. That you, Dick?
Well, if it isn't, she's been two-timing me.
How's the business going?
Oh, it's going great, Bud. Selling more gasoline every day.
Good. Night, kid.
Good night. Good night, Lillian.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot something.
Get away from that horse's head.
Good night.
Good night.
That you, Bud? Lillian?
Yes,
Yes,
Dad.
Dad.
Been to the movies?
Yes, Dad.
Yes, Dad.
What picture did you see?
Night of
Life
Love.
Begins.
What?
It was a double feature, Dad.
Oh. Well, good night.
Good night.
It's work, Bud.
It's a gift.
Mind if I come in, Bud?
Well, I'd be disappointed if you didn't, Dad.
Start to work in the morning, Bud?
Yep. 8 o'clock sharp.
Good. Mr. Whistler seems very happy about your working for him.
Well, he couldn't have picked a better man.
Yes. Yes, I told him that. He'll go on handling the drugstore, but he plans on your running the lunch and soda counter.
Oh, that'll be swell.
It's only one thing, Bud. Remember your weakness.
Oh, I'm off women.
No, it isn't the girls, son. It's your weakness for fighting.
Well, you don't have to worry about that either, Dad. I'm washed up. I'm through. I don't fight anymore. From now on, if any guy wants to take a crack at me, I'll not only turn the other cheek, but I'll hold my chin out for him. And that tops the good book.
Speaking of the good book.
Oh, let's not, Dad.
All right, my boy. Better get into bed. You've got to get up early.
You're telling me?
Good night.
Good night. What's your pleasure?
Women, but I'll have a Coca-Cola.
What do you have, kid?
How much is your ice cream cone?
How much you got?
A nickel?
Plenty.
Oh, put lots of ice cream in it, will you, mister? Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
What's the big idea?
Oh, cut the hi-hat, big heart. This is the third Coke I've drunk trying to get you to talk to me.
Say, why don't you scram?
There was a time when you liked to have me stick around.
You're a two-timer, Dora. You two-time me, and now you're trying to two-time this Crosby guy.
Chocolate sundae, please.
Say, what's the
idea of standing me up for half an hour?
Well,
Look at that drugstore cowboy. Don't tell me you're falling for him again.
falling for him. I have to fight the big egg off. I've been waiting half an hour for a chocolate sundae while he's been trying to date me up. Oh!
You'll get the chocolate later. Why, you...
Get out of my store, Bud.
Oh,
Get out! You're fired! Give it over to your father. I'll call the police. You're a scallywag. You're a loafer. You're no good. You never were, and you never will be.
Thanks.
Get out! Get out and stay out!
Well, if it isn't with two managers.
Yeah, and if you would have listened to us, you'd have made yourself $15 tonight.
He's too smart. He'd rather be a soda squirt. Come on, Jaime.
Wait a minute. Just to show you two guys how much I think of you, I'll quit my job right now. Oh, Mr. Whistler!
Well, what do you want?
I just came back to tell you I'm resigning. I'm through. I'm quitting. And if my dad asks you why, tell him I didn't like the job. Boy, is that guy sore about my quitting.
Well, if you can hit while one arm's free. When I yell break, break. Or I'll break somebody's neck. Shake.
$15, that's all I gotta take. What are you doing here?
Well, I came to see you fight.
How'd you know I was gonna fight?
Mr. Delaney told me.
Oh. Well, stick around. I'll take you home.
Say, why don't you let us make a fighter out of you?
What do you mean, make?
Oh, we mean manager. Take you to New York. Get your crack at the big shot. Say, we could make a champ out of you in no time.
Jaime, tell Delaney he's wanted on the phone. Bring him into me, will you?
Okay, big shot.
Big shot is right. When do we leave for New York, Manny? Come on, kid. Let's get going.
But we have to wait for Mr. Delaney.
Oh, we'll pick him up on the outside.
Look at your hand. It's all skin.
Yeah, you shouldn't go out with guys that don't shave. Come on.
Well, if you go to places like that, why can't I?
Oh, don't be a mug. We're different. From now on, you gotta watch your step. You're not a kid anymore.
You know, sometimes you talk just like Father.
No, I don't. All Dad can teach is the hereafter. But I can give you the dope on here.
Don't you believe in the hereafter?
Yeah. Hereafter, you keep out of joints like the Emporium. And Mum's the word about me fighting there.
too, Bud?
Yes, Dad.
Did you have to work late?
Yeah, I had a pretty tough day.
Is Lillian in?
I'll see. Yeah, she's in bed, Dad.
Well, good night.
Good night. Listen, kid, I'll front for you when it's Dick. He loves you. But if I ever catch you out with a mug like Delaney again, I'll knock you right on the back of your lap.
Good night.
Here, read that.
Poor Bud. He just can't keep out of trouble.
This craziness again.
But it can't be true. Bud's working.
No, he isn't. Whistler fired him for dashing ice cream in a woman's face and hitting a man.
Oh, I can't believe it. And I'm quite positive this is not true.
You're mistaken, Dad. It's true.
Why did you do it, Bud?
Because
Because you haven't any pride. Because you've never done anything but bring shame on us.
John.
Every place I go, I must apologize for your disgraceful conduct. You haven't the courage to do honest work, so you turn to the prize ring. You're a prize fighter. Well, come on, let's see you fight.
Go to your room, John. That is very nice, Bud. Very nice.
I'm sorry about last night, Dad.
That's all right, Bud. We all make mistakes. Whom did you fight?
Soccer McGann.
McGann?
Yeah.
Did you really lick him?
Knocked him out in the first round.
Good. Well, of course, I don't approve of it. It's a brutal business.
Dad, how did you ever happen to become a minister?
Why, Bud?
I've never been able to get you slant. I've tried. I went to Sunday school regularly, didn't I?
Until you were almost 10.
I've listened to your sermons, and I know you're on the square, Dad, but I just can't get it. I can't believe in something I can't see.
You'll believe sometime. Sometime when you're in real trouble.
Yeah, well, maybe you're right. In the meantime, I want to get after some of those New York palookas who think they can fight. Kid Williams, champion of the world. How does that sound, Dad? And I promise you, that's what I'm going to be. And when I come back here and... Hey. If you're going to look like that, I won't go.
I really don't want you to, Bud.
Okay, forget it. I was only kidding. I only wanted to find out how I stood with you.
I can depend on that.
It's a promise.
You've broken so many promises to me, Bud.
But I've never broken one yet without making you another just as good.
Well, there you are. I hope we're both doing the smart thing, Jaime.
How can you be wrong? You become sole owner of the best gas station in town, and Jaime becomes co-manager of the coming champion of the world. Hello, Bud. You're just in time. Everything's set. Come on in, Bud. Hear the good news.
Yep, but I just sold out to Dick, and we're on our way to the big town this afternoon.
And are you riding like a champ in a drawing room?
It's off, fellas.
How do you like that? It ain't on yet, and he says it's off. What do you mean, it's off?
I promised my dad. I'm sticking right here and going to work.
What, again?
I'm sorry, boys, but that's the way it is.
Can I use your phone to call New York?
Yes, sir. It's right inside. Payphone.
Thanks.
Come on out, buddy. Okay.
Now, boys. Give me long distance. Hello, long distance. I want to speak to Walter Douglas, Madison Square Garden, New York City. This is Masonville, 3131. This is Dressy Nixon speaking. Nixon. N-I-X-O-N. No, wait a minute, please. Nixon. Manager of Mickey Devine, middleweight champion of the world. Does that mean anything to you? No. I don't want to speak to Mickey Devine. I got him here with me. I want to speak to Walter Douglas. Yeah.
Where is it? Is that Mickey Devine?
That's the champ, in person.
He don't look so tough.
He isn't. He's really quite nice.
Yeah? Looks soft.
He is on her.
You know, a guy wouldn't have to get punch drunk to be that way about you.
Thanks, you're nice.
You're telling me?
You don't by any chance like yourself.
I'm okay. I'm a fighter, too.
Don't tell me you're Kid Chocolate.
Ah, you're not colorblind. Williams is my name. Kid Williams.
Would you like to meet the champ?
Maybe I will someday.
She means now.
Okay.
Oh, Mickey. I want you to meet another great fighter, Kid Williams.
Hiya, Mug. Let's go.
Hi.
Manny, have you really got those tickets?
Sure.
Okay, we're leaving for New York.
That blonde guy's gonna fight the champ.
And the champ's the bunk.
Why?
Why? I could flatten that mug in one round.
Hello, Goofy.
How are you? Hi there, kid.
How you doing?
What's the idea of smacking Goofy?
Ah, the slug made a pass at me. Nobody can do that and get away with it.
Yeah, well, that slug was champion once, fresh guy. He's punch drunk now from taking it on the chin.
He must have been a punk fighter to take him.
Who are you, anyway? What are you doing here?
Oh, this is Kid Williams from Masonville. He just stopped in to pick up a workout. He's okay, boys. He wouldn't have hit the guy if he'd known the situation. Sure not.
Want to work out, eh?
That's what I'm here for.
Okay. Want to take him on for a couple of rounds, Maxie?
Sure. Why not?
All right, get your stuff on. Hey, kid, you better wear this headgear.
I won't need it. Say, what do you fight at?
175. But I won't hurt you.
You're telling me? Here's where I take a shortcut to a reputation. When you want me to drop them, just snap your fingers.
Easy now, boys. Now, be careful, will you?
Say, shall I notify the family?
Get out of here. What? Come on, Bud.
Didn't you hear me snap my finger?
Oh, the guy just got over a lucky one, that's all.
Yeah. Which one was the lucky one?
Oh.
You know what happened 15 years ago this minute?
I'll bite. What happened?
The whistle blew on the Western Front, and the whole world stopped fighting.
Is that the reason you can't get me a fight now?
4 months ago, you guys brought me to New York to get a crack at the middleweight champion. So far, I haven't even seen the guy.
Maybe it's a break for you. I've done my best.
Your best isn't enough. As far as I'm concerned, you're excess baggage.
Just because they haven't got any more dough, eh?
Figure it out for yourself.
That's all I can stand from him. What are you doing, Manny? I've got enough dough to get out of this town, and I'm going. Right now.
Wait a minute, Manny. Don't pay any attention to Bud. He didn't mean it.
It's all right. Kiss him goodbye for me.
But listen, Manny.
Good luck to you, kid.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, don't mind me, Manny. I'm just getting peeved waiting around for a fight. Where's Manny?
He's gone.
Gone?
Gone for good.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do. You must have said something rotten to him.
Well, what are we going to do? We got no dough.
You could get a job.
Right.
You can be a soda clerk again. You've got a nerve suggesting that.
Just for a little while.
Nobody will ever find me back of a soda fountain again.
Fine manager you are.
Now, Manny would never have said that to me.
A lot of help you're going to be without him. I'd be better off alone.
Dear Dad, Mother, Lillian, and John.
Did he really mention me?
Yes, he really does, John. At last, I'm getting the breaks in this tough old town. I've won 3 fights in a row, and I'm going like a house afire. There are so many demands on my services that I hardly have time to breathe. But believe you me, I'm piling up plenty of sugar. Sugar?
How about that Coke?
Come on, get me that cup of coffee.
What about that tuna sandwich? Snap into it, Williams. Those chorus teams will be trooping in here any minute. That rehearsal ought to be over right now.
Okay, Horace, the loaves and sardines await the attack.
Now, where is that?
Coming right up, lady. What do you have, girls? Mustn't keep a busy man waiting.
Kid Williams.
I knew you wouldn't forget me.
How could I? Every time I see a gas station, I think of you. Why the makeup? I thought you were a fighter.
It's a gag. I'll tell you about it later. What do you have?
A lettuce and tomato, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and a chocolate malted milk.
You don't care what happens to your hips, do you? Number 4.
Who's the comic? Next middleweight champion of the world.
Where's your sable coat?
Oh, why?
Oh, nothing, only I figured you had one.
I've got a lot of things, Smarty.
I know one thing you haven't got anymore.
Meaning what?
Your cradle, baby. You know, a fella's a sucker to marry a dame unless he can give her 2 fur coats, 3 bracelets, and a roadster. That is, if he expects to hang on to her.
Aren't you hard-boiled?
Aren't I?
Well, for your information...
Who slipped you that?
My daddy.
Not by any chance your mother's husband.
Yes, my mother's husband.
And the roadster?
A birthday gift from my sister's father.
And the sable coat?
for my grandfather's son.
And silk hosiery furnished by second cousins.
Say, how about a little service over here?
Be with you in a minute. You know I like you. How about taking a little ride tonight after your show?
Have you a car?
What do you mean, have I got a car? You've got one, haven't you? Like the moon?
Love it.
Like the woods?
Crazy about them.
Like me?
Well, I hardly know you.
Oh, I can fix that.
Oh, what?
I'm sorry, kid, but you know I'm a fighter. I can't take one without handing one back. It's a habit I can't overcome. Now, just for that, you get out and walk.
Out of my own car?
I'm driving it. Go on, get out before I throw you out.
You don't dare.
You feel like slipping Papa a little kiss?
Oh, I hate you.
Okay, scram.
But it's too far to the city to walk.
Which do you feel like protecting, your feet or your mug? Sorry?
No.
Well, I am. Come on, get in.
Oh, I lost my purse.
Huh?
I must have dropped it over there. Come on, let's go look for it. I'll be seeing you.
Well, of all the dirty tricks. How about selling me a bottle of milk and giving me a lift, Cap? Hop aboard. Oh. Thanks.
Don't often run across anyone on this road, excepting girls walking home from automobile rides.
Yeah? Well, don't let my clothes fool you, Hiram. That's what I'm doing. Oh, so that's why you left me flat on the road. Wasn't working fast enough for you, huh? Oh, you dames are all alike. Only somehow I didn't figure you a dame. However, I'm not the kind of a guy that cries over his mistakes. Listen, baby, there's a time for everything. Hey, you. Oh, I knew it was you all the time. What are you doing here?
Well, is that a nice way to greet your sister?
What's the idea?
I came to see you fight the champion.
Well, I'm afraid you came a little too soon for that. You see, I'm not fighting.
Oh, but Bud, your letters and...
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to worry Dad. And when you get back home, you got to do a lot of tall lying for me and make the folks think I'm on the top of the heap until I really get there.
But I'm not going back. Masonville was too small for you, and it's too small for me.
What about Dick?
Oh, Dick's all right. I want to be here with you.
Yeah, but, kid, I'm not making enough dough for the both of us.
I'm not going back, Bud, and if you don't want me here...
Okay, Mug. I guess we're two of a kind. Maybe we're wrong, but if we are, we'll have a lot of fun finding it out.
Then I could stay, Bud?
Well, I don't want you to, but if you do, we'll fight it out together. And the best way to start is to get a good night's sleep under your belt. So you park right where you are, and I'll get another room.
Oh, Bud,
Yeah?
are you sore at me?
Why? Because you sneaked away from home, you little rat?
No, because I'm not the Dave you thought I was.
Oh.
Hello, Bud.
Hello, Goofy. What do you have today?
No thanks. I ain't got no dough.
Who asked you for dough?
Well, I got pride, I have. Ain't gonna keep eating on you. Not when I ain't got nothing. If I could only get another fight.
You'll get a fight someday, Goofy.
Gee, you really think so?
Sure.
Oh, and then I'll have a double roast beef sandwich with some mashed potatoes, maybe, and some vegetables and lots of gravy, huh?
And a nice piece of pie, huh?
Oh, no. I couldn't eat no pie. Not unless it had ice cream on it.
Okay. Double beef on a raft, 1 scoop on an island, and a cup of java.
Give me a check.
Hey, come back and sit down, Mug. The round's over.
I see, but I was only kidding.
Good morning, big boy. Are you too peeved at me to mix me a Coca-Cola?
What for? Throwing me out of a cheap car into the lap of a dame in a Rolls Royce?
Was she young
And beautiful.
and nice?
And accommodating.
You know, you're kind of nice at that.
You're telling me? Good morning, honey.
Good morning, dear.
Did you sleep well?
Did you say sleep after keeping me awake all night?
Well, you seem to be enjoying yourself.
Oh, I did. In fact, I'm looking forward to tonight.
Well, I don't know what road I'll be walking along this evening, but I'll find out. Where are you going to throw me out tonight?
Keep the change.
Oh, Miss Harrington.
Yes?
Before you go, I'd like you to meet my sister.
Bud didn't tell me he had a sister.
Well, he didn't realize it himself until I moved in on him last night.
Gonna stay in New York?
No.
Yes. If I can get a job.
That ought to be easy. If you can pick one foot up and put it down and kick higher than the baby's chin, I can get you a job with my gang at the club.
Nothing doing. No sister of mine's going to show her wares in any nightclub.
I show mine.
Well, that's different. You're
I'm a what?
a professional dancer.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing in particular, but just the same, Lillian isn't cut out to be a chorus girl. And that goes. You don't work in any chorus.
Fighting for the Williams family.
Well, he does. But he taught me how to sock fresh guys, too.
Do you know who that fellow was?
No, and I don't care.
He's Walter Douglas, the biggest guy in the fight racket.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
It means a lot to Bud. I've been working on him for weeks to get Bud a break, but he can't see me.
Do you think I've spoiled everything?
Well, socking a guy in the chin isn't the best way in the world to introduce yourself. Everybody decent? Right over. Yeah. Come in.
Miss Williams, Mr. Douglas.
Yes, I know, Mr. Merkel. I'm fired.
No, he's not sore. He loved it. He'd like you to come out a moment. He wants to apologize.
What a break.
Here she is.
I believe we met before. Less conventionally.
I'm awfully sorry. I hope I didn't hurt you.
Oh, you didn't. Much. Tell me, where did you learn that right hook?
Oh, you mean this?
Where did you get all that muscle?
My brother taught me the hook. He's a fighter, you know.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm interested in fighters. What's his name?
Well, I call him Bud, but in the ring, he's Kid Williams.
Kid Williams. Oh, yes, I've heard of him.
Would you like to meet him?
Maybe. After I get to know his sister a little better.
Walter.
Make you happy?
Oh, you know it does. You certainly kept your promise.
Well, you kept yours, dear.
Have you seen this? It's a good picture of Bud, isn't it?
Hi, fellas.
Hello, Chief.
How is he, Mac?
Well, if he's half as good as he thinks he is, he's champion already.
Yeah, well, I'm twice as good as I think I am. How do you like that? Oh, Mr. Douglas.
Yeah?
After I win this championship, I don't want any more fights for at least 6 months.
I see. Fighting for rest, huh? Maybe you like a trip to Europe.
That's exactly where I'm going, on my honeymoon.
Your honeymoon?
Sure, Evelyn and me is putting on the gloves.
If you want to stay champ, Bud, stay single.
Sorry, I've already signed for the match.
You see that he turns in early tonight.
Right.
What does he weigh?
Pound over.
Dry it out. He's had enough road work. And you do what Mac tells you here, and maybe I'll let you get married.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll let you come to the wedding.
Excuse me, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. Could you tell me where I could find Kid Williams?
Oh, the champ? Yeah, sure. Right over there, Route 14.
Thank you very much.
What do you want?
Is Kid Williams in here?
Come on in. Where's your old gas station? How are you?
Fine, Bud, and you?
Never mind me. Tell me about the folks. Are they all right?
Sure, I had dinner with them just before I left.
And Dad?
He misses you, Bud.
I miss him, too.
But they're all proud of you.
Yeah?
How's Lillian?
Is there much in the paper about me?
Sure, every day there's something. Where's Lillian?
Anxious to see her, huh?
Am I? I'll say I'm anxious.
Okay, we'll see you later. Well, Mac, this is Dick Morris from my hometown.
Oh, yeah. How do you
This
do?
being old home week, we're stepping out together
Now,
tonight.
you heard Douglas' orders, Bud. You're sticking with me and turning in early.
Will you get that guy, Dick? He forgets he's talking to a champion. Othello! Get my clothes. Well, do you get my clothes, or do I plant a geranium on your button?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Williams.
Is Lillian going to meet us here, Bud?
Sure, she works here.
Honestly?
Hello, Fred.
Doing what? She's a waitress, is she, Bud?
No waitress is here. That is, not waiting on the table.
Is she cashier?
You'll see in a minute. Thanks. We'll order later, Fred. All right.
Never expected to see so much of her.
think much of this setup, do you, Dick?
Well, I am sort of surprised. How long has she been doing this?
Oh, not long. The little blonde leading the number is Evelyn. That's the gal I'm gonna marry.
She's pretty, Bud.
Yeah, a little knock-kneed, but a great disposition. Lillian spots you, Dick. Do you still love her?
Sure.
Down in her heart, she still loves you, too.
Is that why she left me?
Dick, of all people.
How are you?
Gee, I'm glad to see you. Why didn't you tell me Dick was coming?
Well, I didn't know it till he walked in on me.
Here on business?
No.
Why then?
Well, I just came up to see Bud fight tomorrow night.
Oh. Well, wait here till I change my clothes.
All right.
So you just came up to see me fight tomorrow night, huh? That's a fine love speech to begin with, you sap. Oh, listen, kid. Lillian's a mug, see, just like me. I'm too old to ever change now, but she isn't. That's why I wrote you to come on. I want you to take her home. I tried to send her back, but I'm in no spot to tell her what to do. You are. She's your girl. You love her, she loves you. And if you ever let her get away from you again, I'm going to let you feel what it takes to win a championship.
Give anything in the world to take her back, Bud. If she'd come.
What do you mean, if she'd come? Make her go.
Well, I'll try, Bud.
What do you mean? That's the whole trouble with you, Dick. You won't assert yourself. Don't let a woman dominate you. Don't let anybody boss you. Give orders, don't take them.
I thought I told you to go to bed.
Oh, hello, Mr. Douglas. This is my friend.
I don't care who he is. I told you to turn in early tonight. As long as I'm your manager, you're taking orders from me.
Yeah, sure, Mr. Douglas, but this is Dick Morris, Lillian's friend.
Oh, I'm glad to know you.
How do you do?
Have you seen Lillian?
We're waiting for her now.
This is the big boyfriend from back home.
Well, I'll entertain Mr. Morris. You drag yourself out of here. Can't win the championship training in a nightclub.
Okay, Mr. Douglas. I'll see you after the fight, Dick.
Hope you win, Bud.
What do you mean you hope I'll win? You know I'll win, don't you? Now, remember what I told you and everything will be all right. Be the boss.
Come on.
Sure, Mac.
Hiya, Sam.
Fine.
That's a champ.
Oh, Mac, I'd like to say goodnight to the sisters. No, on the level. You come with me.
You gonna knock him out tomorrow night?
What do you think?
Has Bud got a chance to win?
Even money.
Oh, I'll bet Lillian's all excited over the fight.
You kind of like her, don't you?
Oh, I'm crazy about her. That's really why I'm here. I'm going to take her back home.
Well, do you think she wants to go home?
I'm not going to ask her. Women never know what they want.
Until they got it.
Well, do you really think she wants all this?
I'll lay you 3 to 1. She stays right here in New York.
I'm afraid you'd lose, Mr. Douglas.
Don't as a rule.
City and country getting along all right?
Perfectly.
Well, Dick, dish me the dirt. Give me a big load of Masonville.
Well, the old town isn't the same since you left.
Well, Main Street still runs east and west, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it zigzags since you deserted.
Tell me about the folks, everybody.
Oh, I've got a lot of news for you. But I don't think it'd particularly interest Mr. Douglas, so I'll tell you on the way home.
All right, I don't live far from here. We can walk and chatter.
Here, young lady. You seem to forget I'm taking you home tonight.
Oh, of course, You see what you did, Dick? You made me forget that I'd promised Mr. Douglas he could see me home this evening. Never mind. Tomorrow's another night. We can have dinner together, and then we'll go to the fight.
All right. I was awfully anxious to talk to you tonight, but...
I know. I'm sorry, but a date's a date.
Sure, I understand. Well, maybe I'd better run along. I'll get in touch with you tomorrow, Lillian.
Where are you staying, Dick?
At the McAlpin?
Well, my car's outside if you want to ride down.
No, thanks. I'll walk it.
I'll call you between 5 and 6.
Okay, Lillian. I'll be waiting for your call. Good night, Mr. Douglas.
Good night.
Until tomorrow.
Sure. Till tomorrow, Lillian. Good night.
Good night.
Cigarette?
Thank you.
Okay, 158.
158, okay.
How about a picture of you boys together? Why don't you just take pictures of him? You'll be taking plenty of me after the fight.
Hold that pose, John.
Get a good rest, champ.
Thanks.
Hi, what? What do you got there?
My clothes. I'm ducking McHugh.
What for?
I'm going over to see Helen for a few minutes before I rest up for the night.
Oh, please don't do that. That's the way I lost my championship.
I know there's a piece missing here.
Well, there's nothing missing here. Winchell says that Kid Williams is the big moment in your life.
Winchell likes to rib you, Nick, and you're sucker enough to take it.
Just what's the setup between you and this fighter?
You really want to know?
Yeah, right now.
All right. I love him. And he wants to marry me.
And I suppose you want to marry him.
You've guessed it, Nick, and what's more, I'm going to.
Yeah? What do you expect me to do?
What do married men generally do in a case like this?
Wait a minute, will you?
Hello, Francis.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams.
Is Miss Evelyn in?
Why, hello, Bud. I didn't expect you today.
I had to see you, baby, before the fight.
Did you weigh in?
Sure, just tipped 158.
How do you feel?
Oh, great. I'm going to win tonight. And when I do...
Hello, Williams. See you later, Evelyn.
So that's the setup, you two-timing little rat.
Bud, you don't know what you're saying. I love you, I do really.
I gotta hand it to you, kid. You made me think so. So Merkel's the wealthy father, huh? What a sap I was to believe that story.
Bud, listen to me, please. I didn't know you when I just told him it was all over between us because I loved you.
Oh, get away from me. I don't want anything more to do with you.
You better clean up your own backyard before you start calling me names.
What do you mean by that, crack?
Your own sister, she looks pretty nice.
What a rotten slant you've got. You know where she got those things, from Douglas and me. Every time I won a fight, he gave her a present because he promised her he would when I signed up with him. And he should have, too, because I made plenty of dough for him. And in training her out, I took her home every night, didn't I?
The afternoons are pretty long and beautiful.
Oh, you're...
You still have several hours before the fight, if that's what you're nervous about.
Well, I'm not the least worried. I'm sure Bud's going to win. Aren't you?
I'm betting on him. It's 5 minutes.
Thank you.
No, don't call him, dear. He needs all the rest he can get.
Oh, I'm calling Dick, silly.
No, you're not, darling.
Why?
Oh, because I say so, Pet.
But, Walter, I'm having dinner with him.
But, Lillian, you're not. You like that kid, don't you?
I don't want to hurt him again.
Again?
Yes, as I did last night.
You still haven't answered my question.
Well, of course I like him.
Love him?
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, you did love him once, didn't you?
Don't tell me with all your experience you're jealous of my past.
It isn't the past with him. He still loves you and wants to marry you.
Takes two to make a bargain.
Exactly. And you made a bargain with me. Don't forget it. You lied to me, you little faker. You do love that mug. You've been playing me to promote your brother, and now that I've got him up to the championship, you figure you have no use for me anymore, huh? So in walks the small-town Romeo with the wedding ring. Well, Bud isn't champion yet.
Walter, what are you going to do?
I want to tell your brother I'm wise to the whole frame-up.
You don't think Bud knows about us?
Doesn't he?
No.
Good. Then don't tell him about it. May help his chances tonight.
Walter, don't. Please don't. I'll never see Dick again. I promise I won't.
Too late, wise baby. You've already tipped your mitt.
But, Walter, I mean it. I won't see him. Think of tonight. Think of what it means to Bud, to you. A championship.
I make and break champions every other day. Hello, Astor. Give me Bud Williams.
Walter!
Just a moment, please. I'm ringing Mr. Williams' room. After. Ever go to prize fight? Don't have to. I'm married. Mr. Williams doesn't answer.
Hello, that you, Bud?
Walter, in heaven's name!
This is Douglas, kid.
Walter, I warn you. If you do, I'll kill you!
Listen, kid. I want to tell you about... Oh, you crazy little fool, huh? I wasn't talking to Bud. I was only trying to scare you. I love you, you little chump. I really do.
What happened, kid? Did somebody plug him, or was it suicide? Oh, come on, pull yourself together and give me the lowdown. You're in a spot here.
I couldn't help it, Bud. I couldn't help it.
You couldn't help what? Lillian. Lillian. You didn't do it.
Yes, I did it. I did it. I did it.
Take it easy, will you?
Now you know what I am, Bud.
Yeah, my sister. And right now, nothing else matters.
He said he was going to tell you about me.
Oh, never mind what he said. The thing for you to worry about is getting out of here. Anyone see you come in?
The doorman.
Evidently no one heard the shot. Now listen, kid, and get this. You're scrambling out of here and out of town. Catch the first train back home and stay there. If the cops get on your tail, I'll confess.
I won't let you take the blame, Bud.
Don't be a mug. You can't be mixed up in anything like this. It'd kill Dad. With me, it's different. I've been in jams all my life. One more won't make any...
I did it, and I won't let you say you did it.
Now, you listen to me, Lillian. I came here with murder in my own heart. And I ought to be choking the tongue out of you right now for mixing up with him. And if you don't do what I tell you, I'll lay you right beside him, and I mean it. Now, you get your things and clear out.
Bud, won't you come home with me?
Oh, have some sense, kid. Use the bean. You know the kind of birds a fighter meets. Guys with pull, fellas that can fix anything. Besides, the worst I can get is a couple of years if I get that. You see, I'm going through with a fight tonight as if nothing had happened. And by the time you get home, I'll be champion. You never heard of him doing anything to a world champion, did you?
No, but...
And when you get out of here, before we both get caught?
Oh, Bud, you're a wonderful brother.
You're telling me? Come on, kid, scram.
What did you say when you told me about Douglas and his sister?
He socked me.
And all the time that you went with Williams, did you ever see him carry a gun?
Never.
When you first came in here, what made you so sure that Williams killed Douglas?
Well, I wasn't sure. I just figured it must have been him.
Merkel's probably right. The easiest way to settle this is to compare Williams's fingerprints with the one found on the gun.
He's fighting at the garden tonight, isn't he?
He's supposed to. If he isn't, send in a general alarm and I'll hold these two here.
Can I go along, Chief?
Sure.
Thanks. That's a break. Now I'll see a championship fight without having to mooch a duck it off a Damon Runyon.
Well, they're on the ropes. They're in a clinch. The referee parks them. The champ misses a hard left to the head, and Williams rocks the champ with the left to jaw. Now they're back in the center of the ring, sparring again.
And that's the end of the 6th round of the championship battle between Mickey Devine, the champion, and Kid Williams, the Masonville Marvel. As I see it, the champion has taken 2 rounds, Williams 2, and 2 are even. Williams is forcing the champion to his utmost. There may be an upset tonight here, folks.
Doing all right, kid.
Takes a fine time to run out on a guy.
Oh, shut up.
Look, keep your hands up a little higher.
Okay.
There's the gong for the 7th round. Williams rushes from his corner and sneaks over a hard right to jaw before the champion gets set. He follows this up with a slashing hook to Devine's heart.
By George, Dad, Bud can fight.
But the boy's crazy to fight a champion. He'll kill him.
Williams has the champion on the run. He sends Devine's head back with a terrific uppercut. The champ misses right to the head. Williams, what? What's that? You say they're on the way here? Okay, I'll take care of this then. Hey, send in the fight. Holy mackerel, what a story. What happened to Peggy Joyce and Local and Mahatma? Well, you're going to see drama in this garden tonight. The cops are coming to get Kid Williams and the murder of Walter Douglas. What you doing, clowning? No, it's on the level, Mac. I just got a flash from the city editor.
He's dogging it, Bud. You can take him this next round.
Okay, Mac. What are all the dicks doing here, Mac?
I don't know.
I do. They're waiting for me. But when they take me, they're going to pinch a champion.
Happening here now, Charlie. Swarming all over the place. But this kid can't be guilty. No guy with that in his mind can be fighting as he is. He got the chance. 1, 2, 3.
Looks like a knockout. The champ is trying hard to get up and can't make it. The crowd's gone wild. The referee's counting. 7, 8, 9, 10. The champ is out!
I knew he'd do it. I knew Bud would whip him. Champion of the world. My son.
Stand by now, folks. I'll get the new champ to say a few words to you. The crowd is swarming into the ring. What a scene. What a fight. The new champ carries Mickey Devine to his corner. Now, just a minute. We'll have him here at the mic. Here he comes. Hey, Bud, come on over here and say a few words to the radio audience. Just a minute now, folks. We'll have him. What? What's this? Something's wrong. Yes, sir. Something terrific is happening in this ring tonight. The ring is full of police officers. They're surrounding the champ. Hey, officer, bring the champ over here. I want him to say a few words over the air. What? What's that? Holy smoke. I'm sorry, folks, but the champ won't be able to talk to you. History's being made right here before my eyes. I have an announcement to make, probably the strangest ever made from any ringside. The new champion, Kid Williams, has just been arrested for the murder of Walter Douglas. Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
You may read it.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Robert Williams, guilty of murder in the first degree.
Robert Williams. You shall be delivered to the warden of the state prison, and there shall be put to death in the manner prescribed by law. And may God have mercy on your soul.
So long, Mac. Keep your nerve, boy. Goodbye, One Eye. I'll be seeing you.
It's your turn tomorrow, isn't it? So I hear.
Well, keep your chin up, Bud.
Don't worry about me. I can take him on the chin.
Yeah, so can I.
How do you feel, Bud? Oh, great. If you were burning tomorrow, how would you feel? Well, anyway, I know how Chicago felt the day before the big fire.
There's still a chance, Bud. The governor's acting on your case today.
Oh, I've got no case. I confessed, didn't I?
Yeah, but your sister claims
My
that...
sister's nuts. Her lies won't fool the governor.
Responsibilities of this sort frighten me beyond description. Where there exists the slightest doubt, I have always commuted the sentence to one of life imprisonment, thus avoiding the possibility of a most horrible error. In this case before me, that of Robert Williams, the prisoner confesses the crime. His fingerprints were found upon the weapon. I appreciate the heroic effort on the part of the condemned man's sister, but I can't accept her story. Had she really committed the crime, as she claims now, she would have testified at the trial and not waited until the last hour to appeal to me. An appeal I regret to say I cannot find myself free to grant. Therefore, I cannot interfere with the execution of Robert Williams, set for tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Bud, the minister is here.
I told you I didn't want to see him, didn't I? There's only one minister I care about. I laid him low with a stroke.
But this is the Reverend John Williams.
On the level? But they said he was dying, and... Look at him. He can hardly walk. Got out of bed just to say goodbye to me. Isn't he game?
May I come in, Bud?
Why, sure, Dad.
You've only a few moments, Bud.
Okay, Warden.
I couldn't get to your trial, Bud, because
Yeah, I know, Dad. But you're feeling better now, aren't you? You sure look all right.
Do I, Bud? Your mother came with me, but the trip upset her, I guess. The warden thought she better rest in his office.
Well, you can say goodbye to her for me, Dad.
Yes. I felt you'd rather have it that way. Besides, I want to tell you how glad I was you won the championship.
I promised you I would, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Was it a good fight, Bud?
Oh, great. I had him out on the limb from the 4th round on.
I'll tell you a secret, Bud. When I was a very young man, I was a good fighter.
On the level?
Oh, I used to lick all the boys in my school. Now, I'll tell you something else. For a long time, I used to dream of being a great prize fighter.
Well, for heaven's sake.
Yes. That's why I changed my plans, Bud. For heaven's sake. And that's what you must think of now. Bud, will you pray?
I can't, Dad. I got no one to pray to. Except you. You wouldn't want me to pretend. You don't want me to hike that last mile with a lie in my mouth. No, you do the praying, Dad. Because if anybody's listening, he'll pay more attention to you anyway.
Ready, Bud? We've got to go.
Oh, yeah, sure, Warden. I'm ready. So long, Dad.
Warden, isn't it the privilege of a minister to accompany the condemned man?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Then I shall come along with my boy.
Isn't he game?
So long, Bud.
So long. This is my dad, fellas. Hi. This is my dad, fellas. Isn't he game?
So long, Bud.
Bye. So long.
So long, Bud.
This is where you get off, Dad. I'm going it alone.
Without one prayer on your lips, Bud. Oh, believe me, boy, there is a God.
There is a hereafter. There is. Listen, Dad. In another minute, I'll know more about it than you do. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace, both now and evermore. Amen. Did he pray? Thank God he was sincere.